I was just watching a series of explanations by a variety of folks online about some stuff which really doesn't, honest to God, play a big difference in what we're doing. There is so much explanation as to minutia regarding this fellow, and I don't want to spend my time with that. He might have brought in a rifle down his pants leg. It might have been done that way. It might a number of things could have been done. Does that matter? Does it matter how he carried the rifle in? Does it matter? If we find this out, so what? We've got to step back from this. And the thing that I want you to do is do me a favor. I don't want to spend the evening just talking about what a great guy Charlie Kirk was. I think we all know he was. I don't want to talk about, did you hear what Stephen King said? Stephen King, this is disaster. It doesn't mean anything. It is a distraction. Who cares what Stephen King said? So-and-so said this. How come we're not rioting? It's the same. And I want this to be my drill with you. We have got to get out of this infantile, unimportant analysis. We're just always pissed off. And we're pissed off at the treatment. And we're pissed off at the coverage. And we're pissed off that this one can say this. And we will spend hours posting everything that everybody said. Who cares? We're on the brink of something that could very well be a revolution. Do you see what's happening here? Do you see it is, we need to immediately remove ourselves from the usual suspects who come about all of a sudden and they say some things. I talked to somebody who said, I think he was MKUltra. And I said, why do you think that? And I don't know. MKUltra? You mean the Gottlieb program? You mean that with drugs, or the son of the deputy, or where are you getting this? And the thing is, people talk out of their ass. They just have this repository of stuff that they say. Cognitive dissonance. Controlled opposition. HARP. They were LARPing. USS Liberty. Some are still on the Israeli thing. That's unimportant to me. It's not Israel. Let me also say something and see if we can explain this to you. If something is found to be, let's assume we have a theory and we have a hypothesis that this was Israel, and you can't prove it. Remove the hypothesis. Remove it. Move on. Don't hunker down on this thing you can't prove, or nobody can prove it. Don't. It's a waste of time. This isn't a parlor game. Think of ourselves as being not just police officers, but looking to see what's happening next. I want to explain something to you, which I want to tell you again why this is critical, why this is important. And nobody is discussing this for reasons that I really don't I don't really understand, but I'll try my best to explain this. And this is what I talk about with preparedwithlionel.com. This is what I was saying. Alex Jones has been superb. And he is, I believe, in Washington, either in the midst of either speaking with his lawyers, litigation, something involving his particular treatment, lawfare, what have you. And he brought up this 2020 case where it was a tabletop exercise to plan how they would take over and there would be rioting, that there would be a civil war. Not in the term of Appomattox, not in that respect, but the usual thing. Now, when I bring this up and when I've talked to people about this, for reasons I cannot understand, people think that's extreme. No, this is what we should be talking about. You're seeing more and more and more gunfire, gunplay, gun incidents, and the police unable to do anything. We're seeing the police being the subject of moves again to, this is important, moves again to defund them. Defunding the police. Defunding. They are setting the stage so that we don't have anybody able to protect us. I am not in any way trying to pretend or trying to act as though I'm overdoing it, okay? I'm not overdoing it. This is serious stuff. The world isn't stable anymore. Things that we used to dismiss as impossible are happening right now in front of us. We're going to be talking about this new thing called, it's almost Manchurian MKUltra TikTok. It's not mind control in the usual sense. It's different. But things are happening right now. Nothing is safe or protected. Systems that we thought were unshakable, immovable. Tucker had to move out of Washington. Alex has to move his family out. People are being doxxed. It is unbelievable. Pay attention. When trucks don't roll, when there's blackouts, there's strikes, when these radical lefties get the impression that they can actually put themselves in the position of repeating forms of civil unrest, they will do it. They will do it. I can't say it, I can't put it in any other way. If you had to go 1 week without food, I mean, you had no real food, not snacks or takeout or banana chips, but hard calories, clean water, energy for a week, then you'll learn the truth. Cash, cards, crypto, even gold mean nothing. Survival is food. Survival is critical. Survival is primordial. That's why waiting is a mistake. My Patriot Supplies 3-month food kit gives you over 2,000 calories a day, 22 meal varieties, and a shelf life of up to 25 years. I have the link for you. The link is in the description. Preparedwithlionel.com. You can dismiss it. You can dismiss it all you want. Seriously, you can. It's okay. This is what I'm saying. We are seeing. Are you seeing more and more headscarves? More and more. It's changing. Everything's changing at layers and levels you never thought possible. Muslims as mayors. It's not that Muslims as a problem, but these are not Muslims who happen to be Muslim. These are Muslims who want to change everything, to change this. We have in New York more Jews than you can imagine. Many on city council, local government, they're not trying to introduce some type of Talmudic form of governance. That's a different story. Fred Haddad, thank you, my friend. Ted gave 10 memberships. And Ryan, thank you, sir. So let's go through this right now. Let's talk about who this person is, okay? What do we know? Forget what Stephen King said. Forget what Whoopi Goldberg said. Forget it. This is the problem. Look at this. Remember when YouTube had no commercials? They interrupt his dialogue. I'm in 60 seconds. This is a commercial venture that you pay nothing for. Commercials pay our way. You're not donating to it. You're not involved in this. When you watch TV, when you see cables, when you watch Alex, if you watch anything online, commercials, it's called capitalism. You're getting this free. You're actually saying these commercials are annoying me. We are not here to supply this information to you at no cost. We put our sweat, blood, and equity into it, and you sit back and you're complaining. You're the kind who says, why are there previews at movie theaters? What do you think this is? Everything you get is free. You're complaining because, hey, you're interrupting me. That's how we make a living. You're not donating anything. This is free. What do you think this is? I don't owe you anything. Nobody owes you anything. This is this attitude that we have. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. You're so used to this sense of entitlement. How dare you? You're interrupting me. It's called commerce. We're doing this because we want to put the word out, but this is a commercial capitalist venture. You see this? You see what Nelson's doing? This is what it's about. Mr. L, been a rough 7 months for me with mom. Missed you at the cutting room in February due to mom's fall, COVID, pneumonia, anemia, and mental state. Ongoing, I'm hanging as hard as I'm glad you're kicking, but still hi, Mrs. L. Thank you. I can't believe, I really, seriously, I don't understand this. I really don't understand this. The haughtiness, the spoiled. How dare you? Hey, I don't get Wi-Fi here. What's going on? What? YouTube didn't have commercial. Think about what you said. I am gobsmacked. I am absolutely, seriously. We got to put this in. We fight this. We've got to put this in. The hours we spend. And then we've got to deal with, they don't like this. This is monetized. This is monetized. This is no good. Strikes and complaints. This is work like you can't believe. Every single day, one way or another. And you pay nothing for this. This is free. It's like people, well, hey, I like this there's this computer app or something. First month's free. What, I got to pay for it? I got to pay for this? It's not free. It's amazing. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. And the complaining, yeah, Vicky, I don't understand this. This is the most. Do me a favor. Go away, Vark. Go away. Go someplace else where they don't have Go. I'm sitting here and you're complaining about why get these commercials. I don't understand this. I really, honestly, Pay the premium so you don't have commercials. I don't know what to tell you. Again, he still does it every 15 minutes. Liz, I'm not done yet, Liz. Liz says, okay, let's move on. Again, Liz says, excuse me. You have no idea what we go through. You have no idea what YouTube, and if you have multiple platforms, it's unbelievable. It is a separate, like a government we deal with, and you'll never know half of the battle of this. Half of the battle. Now, I want to go on to something which is, I do want to move on, but that absolutely just, it kills me. It kills me. Now, you're not going to find out anything about this guy, this 20 whatever. And I wrote something. I hope you spent a little time reading the, how do I say this? Reading the thumbnail. I wrote, and I don't know, it might be an incel. I said 22-year-old incel spectrum dweeb with no social media history. Right. Just flipped. He just flipped. No one knows why. No clues, nothing. Nothing to see here. Allowed to hang out in a sniper's perch exactly like Butler. And he would have made it were it not for friends and family who gave him up. Per the script. Meet the new Manchurian candidate TikTok style. No drones, no security, no trans fluid anything. Just a white guy who just flipped without anyone knowing what was coming. No MKUltra mind control per se. That's what this is. It's different. And he and his family didn't know this. And they were surprised as anyone that this was happening. They didn't know what was going on. There are others coming. And there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it. And what I'm seeing is if you watch any of the cable news, they're not talking anything about this. I saw some great stuff about how he may have, this is interesting if you like this, how he carried that rifle down his pants leg. And when he jumped, he didn't know how to break a fall. He might have hurt himself. This was no pro getaway of walking through a street. Here is the bottom line. There's LJ Jackson. Thank you, LJ. This is easier than you can imagine to do this. Easier. Especially when you don't have metal detectors, when you don't have drones, and when you put somebody in front of all these people in the open. You can't do that today. Okay? If you're going to spend your time, and did you see that governor? You see that governor? Who's Mr. Hellfire and Brimstone did the preaching and OJ. This guy's running for office. Charlie apparently didn't care for him. We'll find about this later on. But if you're going to go in front of people and if you're going to yell to them, there's no such thing as men and women, or they're different. And if your idea is to keep doing it, and nobody likes when I say this, but I'm going to say this, okay? If you want to go out and you know these people are killers and you're constantly telling them that they're screwed up, and then you sit in front of them, in front of on like a chair or something, almost elevated, like the Maharishi, that's over with. It's done. You can't do that anymore. That's done. Done. Just like they used to have people walk up and knock on the door at the White House and then come in. You can't do that anymore. Will you understand this? You understand this? Look at this. You don't need MKUltra with the president. He's 22 years old. He wasn't in college. He was out of college. I think he was out. He was graduate. He dropped out. He got all these scholarships. He got a presidential scholarship. He had almost perfect in the ACTs. It's not, again, you're trying to point to something. Let me try to say this again. Listen to me very careful. Listen. Nobody does this, but you're going to see more of it. Let me say this again. There's 350 million Americans. Of those 350, some of them are gun owners, some aren't, but most of them do not do this. Most of them have been through our crappy education system. Most of them have been privy to social media. Most of them have been involved in woke, how do we say this? Most of them have found, most of the, how do I say this? They have been involved in these same types of things. Okay. Now here's the bottom line. I am not trying to diagnose why this is, and neither should you. I am not here. I am not. I am telling you, this is coming. And we have people today who are going to be, this is going to be the harbinger of others to come. And I don't know if you saw this. There was a piece, great piece. Hang on a minute. There was this great piece. Here we go. Listen to this one. This is one of my sources. Security is being cranked up to never before seen levels at America's top cable news networks after the shocking assassination of conservative firebrand Charlie Kirk. Sources say that CNN and Fox are quietly fortifying their headquarters, terrified that on-air personalities could be next. This is a wake-up call, admits one network insider. If someone could be gunned down while speaking on stage, anchors who live in front of the camera every day are obvious targets. At CNN's Hudson Yards headquarters and Fox's Midtown studios, staff are now facing tighter bag checks, more armed guards, and stricter new safety protocols. The vibe is tense, says a producer. It feels like walking into an airport right after 9/11. And it's not just about safety, it's about business. These are billion-dollar brands. Protecting talent is protecting the bottom line. The anchors will be smiling on TV, but behind the scenes, America's newsrooms are now bunkers. Let me try to tell you again. This is going to be warfare. This is escalating at levels. You're not hearing the threat concerns, the folks. They feel that people like Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was the most benign person there was. He said nothing intellectually taxing, nothing shocking. Men and women are different genders. They're not the same. Life is sacred. He's against abortion. Stuff you've heard from everybody. He hit a nerve. He went out and he dealt with them. Remember, he inspired a lot of people, but he did something. He pissed these people off like you can't believe. Now, who did he go after? Globalists? No. Soros? Not really. UK, NATO, death? No. Warmongers? No. No. Who? Who did he go after? Who? This group of people. Basically, these lunatics. He loved to go and bring them on, where young people came forward. He went into mental hospitals all over the place. He went to mental hospitals all over the place. Every place. College was nothing but mental. And he basically sat there and said, you come up. And what did he do? He did this. What do you think? What do you think? Tell me. What do you think about this? What's your take on this thing? What is your take? Tell me what's your take. What do you think is going to happen? He did this. Now, what somebody, a friend of ours said, you don't understand something. For the longest time, we have been wanting to say stuff, but we can't. We've been told that we can't speak. We were told that we can't speak about COVID, or we can't talk about whatever it is, right? Okay, fine. We were told this. Okay, fine. And we were told, this is the most important. We were told specifically, very, very importantly, we were told. Now, what they're saying is, so I say, so what do you want us to do? You're missing the point. We can't do this. You can say this, but you can't go to places anymore. Can't go to school. No. God. Anybody disagree with that? Anybody disagree? Anybody want to lead? Anybody want to be there with Charlie next time, or the next, or Ben Shapiro? Anybody want to do that? Anybody want to do that? Anybody want to do that? Answer me. I'm asking you a question. Anybody want to do that? Do you want to go into? Do you think this is effective? He was successful at getting through to people. Getting through to people how? How was he successful? No, I'm serious. Did he change people's minds? Did they walk away from him and say, I'm not going to be a trans person anymore? Listen, do me a favor. Use your head. Is he changing anybody's mind? Why are you doing this? Can you imagine me going to the black community? You're 14% of the population and you're 70% of the prisoners. You've got shitty family lives. You've got no fathers. You're raised by grandmothers. You don't even stay in school. Half of you can't read or write or speak English. Now, let me stop. I may be right. I may be right. I may be right. You think it's going to be effective? You think it's going to be effective? He started to get into Israel. Israel is absolutely, the right is the most gutless, timorous when it comes to what's happening in what am I trying to say? What happens to Israel? You know that, right? They have sold out like you can't believe. They have sold out. And he was making some inroads there. He was. But what's happening, you're saying you found him to be entertaining. I like when he goes and asks somebody. So he gets somebody shows up with pink hair. They've got the thing in their nose. And he asks them some question about whatever. And I think to myself, okay, fine. What are we doing here? What? Janine says, Tyler thought it was effective. Did Tyler think it was effective? Did Tyler think it was effective? Did Tyler think the message was effective? That it changed people's minds? Rachel Burns says, in 2020, male voters aged 18 to 23 voted blue by 23 points. In 2024, that same demo voted red by 44 points. Because of Charlie? Perhaps, largely so. No. It could help President Trump. President Trump and the horror of Joe Biden and the horror of Kamala Harris. I'm not taking anything away from him. Good for him. Scott Pressler goes out and gets people to vote. He actually registers votes. I am the most, okay? Please do not think that I'm saying he wasn't effective. Please. Of course he was. How effective? I don't know. Was Fox News effective? Yes. Was Mark Levin effective? Yes. How much? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know. This is not, was Charlie helpful or not? That's not the issue. Taxiway says, hi, it's, oh, look at this. Remember this? It's Graham Murphy. My son changed the account. Graham, where have you been? Where have you been, Joe DiMaggio? So here's the thing right now. We can talk about this. It bores me to no end. This is a waste of time. Yes, Charlie was great. He is to be missed. Charlie's family now, they do not have Charlie. We do not have Charlie. What's next? What is our attack? What? We want to talk about, we talk about Stephen King. People were talking about Stephen King today more than anything else. Who goes in and explains the plans? What is our tabletop plan for the next election? Anybody? We don't have anything. We talk bullshit. We just say things. Well, that's Israel. Someone said, well, the reason for this is that Israel, the reason why is because Israel wanted to distract Trump from Qatar. Actually heard this. Actually heard this. We wanted to distract Trump from Qatar. Can you believe this? It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. What does this have to do with anything? Question number one. I'm going to ask you a question. Answer me. Who is in charge of our American Rebel? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. See, spot on. Rebel gets it. I want to win. Who is our leader? Answer me. Who is it? Who is our leader? Okay, here we go. To the woke nut jobs, nothing is sacred. And when nothing is sacred, okay, fine. We know that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What does that mean? I don't know. That's just a no shit observation. And these people are godless. Okay, thank you. And the moment we took Christ out of the school, okay, thank you. Here we go with that again. We love that. Oh, we're just stuck on that one. Just stuck. J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance. Okay, J.D. Vance is Peter Thiel. You ready for that one? People have no idea what I'm saying. None. What do you think about our Department of Justice? It's a joke. Kash Patel looks like he crashed a party. Kash Patel looks like his model should be, his thing should be, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. He shows up. Did you hear today, Kash Patel? Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? He was talking about, it was our great work. You know, this shoe leather investigation. And we were there. What did the FBI do? What did the FBI do? Tell me. Kash always looks scared. Always looks scared, frightened. He just Kash wants to be, he wants to be a podcaster. He wants to be a podcaster. That's his whole thing. Pam Bondi wants to travel with the president, go to Yankee Stadium and go here. Always traveling. She absolutely botched Epstein to the point that was, if anything, this was to happen maybe to get their mind off of Epstein. Though everybody loves the idea of distraction. Who was in charge here? Who was in charge? Who? Who was in charge? Who was our leader? Do you think Trump knows what's going on? What is Trump? What is Trump doing? Trump did some good jobs, I think, regarding. I think we're still doing. Are we still doing deportations? I guess. Are we? I guess. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not really sure. He did some good stuff regarding trying to clean up, to bring some aid, some federalization to Washington, D.C. Muriel Bowser says, hey, this is terrific. Clean this up. And then as soon as you leave, we'll go back to where we were. Are you going to maintain this? No. You do know that the federal government cannot be, the federal government cannot run, is not the same as the police. The federal government is not the police. They can't run something because they are not, this is posse comitatus. They are the government. We need to get strong. We need a revolution back. Who is with me in this? What do we do to play dirty? When I mean dirty, I mean legal dirty, okay? But even, and you can get pretty close to that. What do we do? What do we do? Stan says DC is a federal district in capital letters. You want to keep you want to keep sending what? You want to How long do you want to do that? How long do you want to do that? You want to just, why don't we just say, okay, the federal, I'm going to you can't federalize it forever. That's not the point. The federal, the National Guard should not be the police. We got to figure out a way. Who is afraid of us? Nobody. We don't have anything to say. We're all talk. We're great with the Bible and the flag and God and Jesus, and I'm proud to be an American and all this stuff, but that's it. These people have tabletop run-throughs. They ran through a war game of COVID almost to the letter. Almost to the letter. What do? You think Kash Patel has any vision? You think he could do this? Who is our George Soros? Is it Elon? Where is Elon? What's going on right now? They're not afraid. Where are we going in to lure young people, not make fun of them? To lure people. What do the Democrats do with young people? They lie. Bernie did it, others. We're going to help you. We're going to cancel your student debt. They give you things. Not you people are crazy. You're on your drugs and you're this and your therapy dogs. You're sitting around in your PJs and your slides, getting takeout from Netflix and crying. You don't make eye contact. You're a bunch of no. They don't do that. They say this is what we're going to do. Carla, the cookie show says one word: Nepal. Do you see that, Carla? They knew what to do. They tried to shut down social media, and they said, "Oh no." You know, Carla, that Nepal had. I was watching. What was it? Palki Sharma. Something first. I forget the name. She was WION. Anyway, they had 15 different regimes in 17 years in Nepal. Did you see him drag the minister or whatever through the street? They pulled his pants off. You see that one? Almost beat him to death. I mean, I don't want to do that. Let me go back. Who is our leader? Who is our leader? Who is our leader? I'm asking you a question. Who is our leader? Who speaks for us? Who is chronicling? Who is scheduling the next revolution? Who is it? Anybody? I'm waiting. You are. Close enough. L.J. Jackson says, can we go back to the days of Sunday car rides in the country, topped off with a stop at Hojo's for a mint chocolate chip ice cream cone before heading home? I miss my dad, dead at 54 in 1978. LJ, That would be one of the greatest things ever. You know who was saying that today? You know who was saying that today? The owner of the WABC radio empire. He's a billionaire. One of the richest in New York. He said exactly the same thing. When can I walk on the street when I was a kid? They don't even know what you're talking about. It's 3 years till the election. Oh, Janine, you poor thing. We have midterms coming up. It takes 5 years to plan 1 year. We have, how do I say this? Look at this one. We have pipe dreams too. I don't know what that means. The bottom line is simply this. As you can tell by this, you don't know. Colonel McGregor would be my vote, absolutely. Colonel McGregor would be my vote, 100%. John Mearsheimer would be my Secretary of Defense, of State. Marco Rubio is a buffoon. Anybody talk about them? Marco Rubio is a buffoon. Kash Patel doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And Pete Hegseth is this little boy who wants to show you how many push-ups he can do. Does this make sense to you? You happy about that? This makes sense? You think that's great? Trump doesn't know what he's doing regarding Ukraine. Nothing. And you know and I know the relationship between Trump and Israel. Do I have to spell this out to you? Do I have to spell this out to you? You happy with that? You happy with this? Vance is the best option. You don't know anything about Vance. You don't know anything about him. You don't know anything about him. Where he came from, his story, and Peter Thiel. He is going to be given, big tech will own the presidency if Vance is elected. It's what they want. They're not just taking over industry, they're taking over the government. Sparky says, do you ever watch Worlds Unraveled? It's two world aficionados across the pond from each other having an amusing conversations about etymology. I think you'd like it. I will watch that. Words Unraveled, pardon me. I will watch that. In fact, I'll look for that right now. I look and I see what's going on and I scream. I absolutely, positively scream. President Trump has absolutely dropped the ball when it comes to kids and safety. And I'm so disappointed with that regarding kids and protecting them from AI. If I didn't know better, I would not be surprised if he basically said, I am going to do everything in my power. I'm going to do everything in my power to not make any how do I say this? To make any problems with anybody, because my family will be doing quite handsomely long after I'm gone with all that is going on involving AI and the like. That's exactly what he is doing. That is exactly what he's going to do. Because all of a sudden he went from talking about kids and really doing something to make, because you know what we feel regarding online safety. It's like he just dropped it. It's like everybody in his office, in his cabinet, said, don't bring it up anymore. Don't talk it. Don't talk about it. Don't. What is Bobby Kennedy doing? I worry about Bobby Kennedy. If you think Bibi Netanyahu's got a problem, look at Bobby Kennedy. Look what he has to go through. I want you to understand something, my friends. And I hope you don't take this the wrong way. I love you all individually. That's separate. That's over here. I'm worried about my country, whatever's left of it. I'm so pissed off by the bullshit. The repeated, unending, incessant, mindless nothing. What do you think? What do you think the assassination of Charlie Kirk was really all about? What was it? It was one person. It was one person. But it only took, well, one assassination to completely change the 20th century with the dispatch of John Kennedy. But what was that? Charlie Kirk was not a political person. He didn't hold office. He wasn't in charge of a movement. He was extremely effective. I think Turning Point was probably one of the most important organizations. I think he was genuinely a very good person. I think he was very sincere. I kind of wonder where he came from. I always had my doubts, not doubts, but my curiosities as to his particular story. But they really, 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 really made a mistake. And there are people right now in the hallways, in the halls, I should say, of the shadow government who are saying, "Oh shit, who was the idiot of all the people? You picked this guy to hit?" The other argument is that he is one of the most effective people to hit because of the fact that he is so universally reviled within that community. So believe it or not, it's a balance. Some say strategically this is horrible. Others will say you just enabled the radical wing of the radical left. And the left are saying we didn't want this. They're hard to control. If we can't control them, it's not worth it. I don't want to be in charge of a MAGA brigade if they get a hair up their ass one day and break into a liquor store and set a public library on fire. I don't want that. I don't want that. That doesn't help my cause. That's what's happening right now. Who is planning this? Who is planning this? Who? What are you going to do? And nobody's answering any questions I have. You're making statements about the devils and Satan. Answer my question. Where is the next person going to be? What happens now? What do we tell these people? And where do we go next? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go next into this pantheon of things? Who is it? Who is it? How are we doing? How are you going to go in? Answer me a question. Somebody tell me, how do you get young people to vote Republican? Sparky says, changing the name back to the Department of War by the Trump administration is doog, in my opinion. Defense is used as a euphemism to make huge budgets more palatable. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely. Absolutely wrong. Could not. That is, it's not, by the way, he has, no. By the way, the best one ever. Susie says, I honestly have no idea. That is the best. I respect that opinion more, Susie, than anything else. When somebody says, I have no idea. But at least you're thinking about it. At least I'm making you think about it. But I think that Department of War is stupid. They're not going to do it because Congress has to do it. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's stupid. I am not war. War is what? You just made BB happy with that. Because if you want war, BB will give it to you. Right, Sparky? You want war? Well, we may not call it war, but if you want death, we'll give you that one. So who's my question? Who's my question? Who's my thing? What do we do? What do we do? How do I get somebody who's a lefty to vote Republican? How do I do this? Answer my question. You say, well, we give up on them. You want to give up on them? Yeah. So why did Charlie bother with this? Why did Charlie go after these people? Why? If they can't be switched, if I ask you now, well, what did we do? Well, don't worry about it. Then he was wasting his time. Was Charlie? I think there's a lot of what Charlie did it because, frankly, he liked being a pain in the ass. Charlie liked being Charlie. Charlie liked doing this thing. Just like Crowder says, prove me wrong or whatever. They like that. They like this confrontational stuff. Dinesh D'Souza did that. Dinesh D'Souza See, my approach would be, why do I want to go in and take people and kind of look like I'm fighting? Let me tell you what Uncle Lenny would say. Number one, hi kids. How many of you are trans? Raise your hand. You're an American. I respect you. How old are you? You're over 18 yet? Absolutely. Yep. You think being a, whatever you think is fine with me. You got a problem with anybody got a problem with that? Anybody got a problem with that? Telling people you have every right in the world if you consider yourself a man or a woman, whether that was given to you at birth or not. 100%. Anybody got a problem with that? Anybody got a problem? Anybody? Do you think we should go out and just tell people you're wrong? I want you to don't say you're a woman. You're a man. Anybody see that? Anybody? What's your take? I want to win people over. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this. I'm going to lower this. They're going to listen to me. I'm not saying it's a sin. Jesus Christ. You don't want to hear this stuff. Why are you bringing up Jesus Christ? How about Muhammad? How about Allah? They really don't like that shit. They really don't like that. So my point is simply this. Why do we do this? Number two. Here's my objection, and you got to know where I feel. Kids are off limits. Kids are off limits for either surgery or puberty blockers. And you're gonna because they want the puberty blockers before they have puberty, because then you can really make the changes and screw them, whatever the reason is. That's where we disagree, my friends. Tell people what you disagree with. Be private. Tell them. That's not negotiable. It's like Putin. Putin tells you can't do this, you can't do that. This I'm not crazy about. Everybody agree with me? Kids are off. This is our platform. Kids are off. 18, do what you want. Knock your socks off. Whatever you want to do. Everybody agree? Everybody? Anybody disagree with that? Anybody think? Sparky says, why was it changed to Department of Defense? Why, so they could have wars without declaring them? No. Everybody was against the Department of War. Everybody, people who were in war. Eisenhower was. It was ridiculous. Don't get hung up on the Department of War, because with the Department of War, we can have wars and call it what it is versus, no, stop it. This is ridiculous. This is just mental masturbation. I want to go back to this. Number two. Here's somebody answer me. Biological men, should not compete in sports, specifically in sports where young women, mostly women, men don't have a role, but young women have spent their whole life being on a rugby team, the lacrosse team. You know, some of these gymnastics folks, they've been, my God. You know, it might be different in terms of, I don't know, women are superior in gymnastics. We want to see the floor exercises. We don't want to see men. We want to see women. I don't know why that is. Maybe they're more elegant. I have no earthly idea. But when you tell somebody, sorry, little Susie, you're not able to do this, you're not able to enjoy the fruits of your labor and your hard work after you spent your whole life getting up at 3 a.m. to practice because some guy named Dave turns into Edwina, and he's, no. That's it. You got that? No kids, sports. That's it. Got that? Now, you know what people are going to say? He's not as unreasonable. That actually makes sense. Some are going to disagree with you no matter what. But the first thing, I'm not going to come up here and I'm not going to mock you. I'm not going to mock you. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to say, oh, by the way, would you join my party? You freak. You freak. You understand this? You freak. I'm not going to do that. But we love to do this. And you love to do it because we say, we're right, damn it. And we don't care whether it's effective or not. We just want to say it. Because we're stuck on this. Men are men and boy girls are girls. Whatever it is. Now, somebody mentioned school. School. I swear to you, if I tried to do in reverse what these people are doing to kids from the left, they would be rioting. Schools today teach subjugation and control and capitulation. It is a cesspool, a rat's nest. It is a grease trap of every freak, every lunatic, every sexual misfit under the sun. We've had it. It's ridiculous. We can't stand these people. School, in my administration, should be basically teaching people the rudiments of actual school. That's it. Period. I'm not going to tell people about anal sex and when it's appropriate to a kid in the 5th grade. It's absurd. It's also perverted because a lot of these adults get off telling kids about this. What's that? Oh, you don't know, Sally? Well, this is absurd. I mean, so that's it. But I don't. But I swear to you, if you think that there was somebody who says, you know what, I used to consider myself a woman. I mean, I was born a man, but I went to a Charlie Kirk lecture, and by God, he's right. I'm not a transsexual anymore. Sparky says military-industrial complex wasn't completely out of hand until it was the Department of Defense. How much more proof do you need, Lionel? Bruh. You're thinking that it was the name. You're actually a man as smart as you. You think that it was the name where things changed. You think that, right? You think you're honestly, I love you to death. You will get a hair up your ass and you will worry about something that is of such inconsequential gibberish. You will talk about something. No, I swear to God, it's the most amazing thing. The history of the Department of Defense versus the Department of War. Nobody cares about that. And you think, you know what? Have you noticed all these appropriations have gone down? Oh, it's the Department of War. The Department of War was through 1947. It was from George Washington, 1789. And in 1790, then there was the Navy that split off. The perception was by the mid-20th century, Department of War, they said it sounded aggressive. Early Cold War, leaders wanted to title more. We're trying to calm down after World War II. You see what I'm saying? After World War II. It's one of these things that it's really, really critical. And it's one of those, I mean, and Department of Defense, this is part of the National Security Act in 1947. And the War Department was renamed the Department of the Army. And the expansion was, the Department of War, or the theory was that we're not here to go to war. Douglas McGregor, I hope you saw the interview, he said, I'm here to protect the United States. I'm not here to go. It's stupid. It's absolutely. Now, I'll tell you what's even more stupid. Dennis Kucinich wanted to call it years ago the Department of Peace. Now, listen, let's just stop with this. This is a waste of time. This is a waste of time. That's like people who they want to change the police department to other kind of things. We're getting off track here. Quick vote. Does changing the name from the Department of War to the Department of Defense or vice versa, in the long run, does that make any difference? Serious, substantial, palpable, tenable difference. Go ahead, my friend. Does it? Yes or no? Does it make any difference? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Does it make any difference? Does changing it make a difference? Is changing it important? You change the name and it changes everything. People are going to say, whoa, hey, they changed their name. Same everything. Military-industrial complex, the same ghouls, NATO, all these folks. But war, come on. Come on, seriously. I love a rib. I love a kit. But if anybody seriously thinks that there's so much psychological surplusage, it just doesn't matter. The bottom line is simply this. Say goodbye to this fellow, Tyler. He is going to be, they're going to argue back and forth of the death penalty. Oh, by the way, who wants him executed? Who wants him executed? I think we said today that the firing squad is important. Anybody want him executed? Who wants? I know the answer to this one. If he should be executed, press 1. If he shouldn't, life in prison, press 2. What do you think? What do you think? Yes or no? What do you think? Too easy? I don't know what that means. Yes. Yes. You want to see him executed. Okay. Everybody? Andrew says no. Andrew Hessing says no. I don't. Everybody says, yeah, I want to see him executed. That'll show him. I never have a strong feeling personally. But different story. What do you think? He's young enough, number 2. Pilgrim says, you're the salt of the earth, Uncle L. Thank you so much, my friend. This is another thing. Thank you for that. This is one of those ones where I know this sounds fun. I mean, it's kind of fun. Charlie's wife will be speaking any moment. Speaking where, honey? From the funeral home. Well, that's the one that I feel the most sorry. My only concern, frankly, has always been for those kids. And let me tell you what, Charlie Kirk. This guy was absolutely, positively one of the bravest people and one of the craziest people to do this. To go on campus and to try to talk sense into these people. He was absolutely without peer, but out of his mind. And there's also a part of me that says, Charlie, thank you for this, but your main responsibility is a father. And anything that you do, like if you were to involve yourself in skydiving, or if you took inordinate risk, even though the sport itself is not that scary, you're risking your family, and they need you. So while that's great, and it was very lucrative, he could have still done that talking points. I think those things, you're not going to see them anymore. And Ben Shapiro is a pussy, and he's not going to be doing any of this anymore. He said, "Oh, I'm going to be doing it." No, you're not. No, you're not. Ben Shapiro is a weasel. He's squirrely. I don't know what his problem is, but he is not going to be doing that. You know it. I know it. We all know it. It's one of those things that makes sense to us. Our good friend Sparky says, you ask what good things the Trump administration has done, so I threw that out there. I thought it was a misleading euphemism. Was kidding about a major impact, but I think it helped in the long run. No. Well, what has he done? Do you think seriously that is Trump has done some wonderful things. The economy, tariffs, believe it or not, they say have worked wonders. Some say, some don't. Some of mine in the financial biz say it's done wonders. It's kind of a trick question because I don't want to go back to anybody before this. I don't really care about Biden. Kamala, I couldn't do her. Couldn't handle her. Couldn't do her. But could not handle her. That's a different story altogether. Different story completely. But the issue that's the most important right now, more than anything else, we have to ask ourselves is simply this. Where are we going with this? We've got the president has been in office 216% so far. We have midterms coming up. Where's our direction? What is our goal? What is our destiny? He comes in one day and he says something. Next day he changes his mind. You got to catch him on the last one to talk about, or the last one to catch him during the day. He knows nothing about foreign policy. Nothing. Absolutely not. Man, Tony Nick says 2028 will be the battle of the JDs. JD versus JD versus JD. Vance versus JD Pritzker versus JD Clampett, third party from Kentucky. I like that. Pritzker, by the way, is it's kind of interesting. Pritzker, believe it or not, sometimes helps us define the issues. I don't know how many people take him. He represents the We Hate Trump brigade. That only goes so far. People ultimately, remember, want to hear what you're going to do. They want to hear what the plan is going to be. They don't necessarily want to hear how you hate Trump, because that you can't win elections by everybody hates Trump. You got it? Okay, good. Well, listen, my friends, have a great and a glorious day. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. You have no idea how much it's work doing this. Fred and Ryan and Nelson, we appreciate it. And LJ Jackson, Rachel Burns, ladies and germs. Oh, I like that. Taxiway Aviation. Taxiway, by the way. Thank you so much. Graham Murphy, there's a good friend. American Rebel, thank you. Card of the Cookie CEO, thank you. LJ, of course. Sparky, you were without peer. Rebarbative, you were contumacious, but always a gentleman. Pilgrim Media, thank you. Mantony Nick, I'm telling you right now, Pig in the Poke, a real problem is going to be J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is going to be a big, big problem. It's going to be a dystopian kind of it's going to be I guess it'd be best called kind of an Orwellian disaster of the first order. Not in all things, but he will be turning over the keys to Peter Thiel. And I don't want that. All right, my friends, thank you so much. By the way, follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. She's got some great videos. Also, she's going to be on WABC. When is it? Sunday? You're going to be on with Sunday, 8 to 10. She's on with the Katz's Roundtable. She interviewed a piece today on that. And she's also going to be Wednesdays on Warrior Wednesdays on WABC. Tonight, I'm off. So tonight and tomorrow. And you have a wonderful day, and we love you. Have a great and a glorious day. Don't forget, make sure you are subscribed to Lionel Nation. Make sure you are subscribed. Many people are unsubscribed for reasons I don't know. Until then, my friends, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue you. Da.